Hey everybody, I want to welcome you to another mscrm-addons.com webinar. My name's Clint Higley. For those of y'all that have been on webinars before, welcome back. For those that are new, thank you for joining. Today basically we're going to be covering how to create a professional quote template for Microsoft Dynamics CRM in 25 minutes. Before we kind of get into that, I just want to talk a little bit about DocumentsCorePack and what it is. So basically DocumentsCorePack is a unified document solution, and it helps you with the creation, processing, and automation of documents from CRM data. The main goal of it is to simplify and streamline document-related business operations for Microsoft Dynamics CRM. A couple of things that it does for you. It does professional document generation. All of the templates are MS Word based, so you're not going to need any SSRS knowledge. All common file types are supported, PDF, DocX, etc. And it has a powerful CRM connector, so it allows you to use your custom entities and attributes. Also provides you multi-relational support. It'll do calculations, QR codes. It can do dynamic pictures and many other things. The processing capabilities of it, it allows you to actually generate documents and mail them. Either you can generate attachments and attach it to an email, or set it up as email content. It does have e-signature integration via DocuSign or SureSign. We have SharePoint integration as well. It does printing. You can attach your file to a note on a record. You can attach it to an email or a letter, and you also have several other different options. So today, the main thing that we're going to be covering is what we call the template designer. And the template designer is Word-based. Now, you'll hear us talk about the template designer, and you'll hear us also talk about the DocumentsCorePack client. They pretty much are the same thing. So, most of the time we refer to the template designer when we're talking about server-side document generation, and the client base is if you're using it, if you're using this add-on here right out of Word. So basically, a couple of things about it. Some of the template features, kind of already gone over it. All entities are supported, so all your standard and custom entities, you can get to those and create documents for those. All data types are supported. It has unlimited support for relationships, so multi-level relationships, so the one-to-many relationships, many-to-one, and many-to-many relationships. Basically what this does is it allows you to get anything from CRM, any data from CRM, and put it into your document, either by developing your own, adding your own relationships, or some of the relationships that we've already added for you. Some of the special features in it, you're able to actually embed other documents into these templates. You can embed pictures. The pictures can be either from the web, from a file share, or they can be static pictures from like a note field inside of CRM. It does computed fields, so I can basically take two fields that are numbers and kind of add them together, so I don't have to have these extra fields inside of CRM. I can actually do that in my template. It allows you to insert QR codes. You can embed HTML actually into your document. You can also do multi-part documents and several other things. Kind of going through these a little bit quickly because I really want to get into the demonstration, kind of showing you using the DocumentsCorePack template designer. Now one thing, there's a disclaimer here that I have to say before we kind of get into this. I've kind of been supporting and creating DocumentsCorePack for over about 3 years. It comes, I do this every day, so I can do this kind of quickly. Your results may vary, but with practice, you can do the templates just as quickly as I do. So that being said, what we're going to do today is we're going to create a standard quote template. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to create the quote template, format it, everything like that, save it back to CRM, and test it with our server-side document generation. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and flip over to my demo system here. So I've got Microsoft Word open. A couple of things to note, always good when you're developing templates, to go ahead and have yourself a test record. So the test record that I'm going to be using today is called Bikes and Equipment. You can see it's just a standard quote in CRM. We do have a couple of extra fields added here in the demo system, but I've already got this set out. It's got a list of my products here already built into it, and this is what I'm going to be using to test this quote. One other thing of note is that when creating a template, I usually find that there's a couple of different phases to it. First one's the planning phase, then it's actually the creation of the template, and then testing of the template. The first planning phase I've already gone ahead and done, so let me just go ahead and close this out and open up that. So I've got here just kind of the bones of a template here that I want to create. Okay, this is really important because you can get all this information in, you can see it all, and then what I usually like to do is to go through and just highlight where I'm actually going to add fields, etc. So it makes it a little bit easier to kind of create that. This isn't formatted or anything like that. We're going to do that as well, but just get a general bare bones kind of starter template out there. So what we want to do here to go ahead and start off once we've got this kind of all laid out is to go ahead and start adding our fields. So basically the first thing I want to do is click on my Insert Mail Merge Fields button. If you open up Word, you'll see we have the mscrm-addons tab, Insert Mail Merge Field. That's how you're going to add the fields to it. From here, you're going to select your entity type that you're creating this for. I already have it default set to the quote since I know that's what I'm going to be working on. That's something you can set here in the DocumentsCorePack settings. If it's not set to that, you can actually just choose it from the list here, what you want to do. What that's going to give me basically is all the fields here that are on my quote template, and then down here at the bottom I get all my my relationships down here, so the lookups to, like, say for example, the owning user, or my main contact, or the account, or etc. Potential customer account, etc. So what I'm going to do here just to kind of start out is go ahead and start filling in some of these areas here. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and insert the quote number here, so I can just highlight that. And let's see, I'm just going to pick that out here. So go ahead and grab my quote number here, and that's going to be my my quote ID. A couple of things to kind of look out for here when you're choosing your fields. As you can see, when I hover over it, I actually get a little pop-up window that tells me what the name is, what my display name is, and a brief description there. That's really helpful because, as you can see, it's kind of a little confusing here. I've got a quote, just a quote here, and quote ID. If I go back here to my form, I can look at it and see, okay, my display name's quote ID. That's what I actually want to show. So back here in Word, I can just kind of hover over it until I find the one that I want to add. So I want to add the quote ID. I just select it and insert the field. Next here would be the customer account name. So here I know for a fact that on my quote, my customer account name is an actual lookup here to my potential customer account. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and just go ahead and grab the account name and insert that. Next is my customer name. Now this here, basically I want to add the primary contact from that particular account. It's easy to find basically, so I'm here on my potential customer already. If I scroll down, I get a lookup here again from that account to the primary contact, where I can just grab that, and then I'll just add their full name here. So just add the full name. So insert that field as well. Next, I want to go ahead and set up an address block. Now that's pretty easy to do. So I'm going to use this account here again, and just go ahead and start filling in my address. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my street 1, street 2, address line 2, and address line 3. And then follow this up by the city, in comma space, and the state. Find that here. Let's see, the state or province, and then the zip code. So let's see here. Let's see the zip code. There we go. So I've got my address block in there. Again, Want to go ahead and grab the phone number here for this account as well. So I can go ahead and grab that, and I know for a fact that it's a business phone. So I'll go ahead and insert that information in there. I'll do the same here for the fax number. So let's grab the fax number here. Everything's listed alphabetically, so it's pretty easy to find. And then the email address here. So let's see here. Let's grab the email address and put that in there. So there we go. So I've got this section here all complete. Next thing I want to do is go ahead and add this is from, let's see here. It's actually just, I don't need the that in there. So let me just go ahead. I want to add my salesperson name. Now my salesperson, I'm going to go ahead and add that as the owning user. So again, I need to come back up here. I can just kind of minimize all this here and minimize that. And let's see, and go ahead and grab the owning user. And let's see, the owning user's full name. I want to go ahead and insert that field. So now I need to set up my address block here for this one. Again, pretty simple. So it's the owning user. It is the, let's see, the, let me grab the address. See if I can find it real quick. There we go. Gotta get up here. So let's see here. Oh, struggling here a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bit different. Sometimes you need to go into CRM and actually take a look here at the information provided to you. So let's see, its address, it's Street 1. So let's take a look at here. And there we go. That helps a lot usually, you know, going back into CRM and actually finding the names of the field. That's going to actually give you the information that you need. So, and street, and then add my street addresses here. Again, the next thing that I'll add is the city. So let's see, let's go with the city here. Hang on, just take a quick look here. It is called city, so I'll go ahead and add that as well. City, comma, and then state or province, and then space, and then a zip code. So again, you're going to be doing a lot of going back and forth between CRM and Microsoft Word when you're adding these fields, just so you can get the correct information. So it's really handy to have that test record open so you can actually find the fields that you're looking for. So next, I want to go ahead and add the phone number here. So let's see here. I believe it's called well, I'll have to look that one up too. Hold on. So it's a main phone. Just go ahead and find the main phone number. Okay, and then go ahead and add my fax number here. Pretty sure that one's called fax number. Or not. It's called just fax. Okay, so one of the things that you can do here, if you're having some troubles with the latest version of DocumentsCorePack, you can actually look for fields here in this little search bar here. So I'll just do a little quick search. Let's see, and then come down in here into my owning user and see what the fax number lookup is. Let's see, territory. Oh, can't seem to find that one, so just remove leave that for right now. And just go ahead and add my email address here. So let's see, let me look that one. Primary email. Primary email. All right. So I have all this information in there. Looks a little confusing right now, but it will all end up making sense. One of the other things that I want to go ahead and kind of talk a little bit about here is a lot of these fields, they have special properties. Some of them, like for example, the addresses and currency fields and say for example date fields, they all have specific things that I can do with them. So, you know, we all know that everyone usually has an address, first line of their address. You know, sometimes they'll have an address line 2, sometimes they'll have an address line 3. One of the things that I want to set this up as, if say for example, if it doesn't have an address line 3, instead of having an empty space there, I want to basically delete this line. So I can actually click inside this field and use these field properties up here. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to delete the line and row if it's empty and delete it if the field's empty. So that's going to actually help me with the formatting here. So I can do the same here for address line 3 here. Okay, and do the same over here for these address lines as well. So my field properties, and delete those as well. And these field properties as well. So delete those. Okay, all right, great. So I kind of have it set up, formatted a little bit. Let me just make this table a little bit nicer here, sort of set it up here. Next thing I'm going to add here is a date field. Now you can actually do this in DocumentsCorePack, but usually on date fields, you know, usually you want it to be today's date. So you just basically add the just quick parts here from Word. So we can add that field, and we're looking for the, let's see, date and time. We're just going to add a date, and we can actually give it our format that we want. So we'll give it this particular format here. And there we go. Let me just make sure this is not highlighted. Unhighlight that. Okay, great. Let's see. There we go. So I have my date in there. Whenever this document is generated, Word's going to go ahead and fill in that date for me automatically. Okay, so now that I'm done with this up top here, always want to go ahead and save this. Okay, so I always suggest when you're creating templates to save them locally. That makes it a little bit easier. Once you save it up to CRM, you know, other people can kind of use it. So you don't actually want to create a template. If you're in the creation process, the development process of a template, you don't want to save it to CRM. Somebody might accidentally use it. So I always suggest saving it locally. That's always a better thing to do. That's just my opinion. You may want to do it another way. The next thing that I want to go ahead is I want to add my table here with my line item. So I've already got this set up. I said I basically want this line item table. Here I want to add the quantity here, and want to add a product name and description, unit price, and the line item total. That's how I'm going to set my table up. So I'm going to set that up kind of underneath that. So let me just go ahead and get that formatted. And to kind of add this here, if we go back here to CRM, we can check this out. We know for a fact that the quote has quoted products. Okay, so if I open that up, I've got my quoted products. And we also know that there's a relationship from quoted products to the actual existing products. Okay, to these existing products. Okay, that are in CRM. So that's basically what I want to set up is this relationship. There's a one-to-many relationship from quote to quote products, and a many-to-one relationship from quoted products to the products. So the nice part about that is instead of having to set that up yourself, DocumentsCorePack kind of does that. We'll do that for you. Basically what I want to do is go over here to my additional tab. Then I want to add a relationship, and I'll just hit this little drop down here. And you can see we've already got that relationship set up for us. So I can actually clicking that, and then I get a lookup, my lookup here from my quote to my quoted products, and here down here at the bottom I have the lookup from my quoted products to my product. Okay. So to start adding this table, it's really, really simple. The first thing I'm going to start off here is the quantity. What is the quantity here? So I'll just find right in here my quantity here. Go ahead and add that. So when I'm building out a table and I go ahead and I want to add the first entry into the table, what I get here is a pop-up with asking me how my table should appear. So here I want to add a table with a header, and I also want to add a footer to this table, because I'm going to put the total amount down there in that footer. And then I have the ability to split the header and the footer. So here in this case, I just want to split the header out. I want to leave the footer basically as all just one row without any columns in it. And I'm going to split this out. So basically I have 4 columns that I'm going to use, so I'll split it 4 times. Once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and click OK. And it builds that table out for me. So I have the starting of a table here. What I want to do here is go ahead and insert my my column headers. So this one is going to be quantity. Okay, and then my next one here is going to be the product name, and then here the unit price, and then the total. Right on. There we go. Once I've got those headers in place, I can continue adding the fields that I want. So I've got my quantity field in there. Now I need my product name. So I'll just come on right on down to here. That I know that comes from product. So I'll just grab here my product name. And let's see, the other thing that I want to go ahead and add here is maybe a description. So I can add in the description of the actual product itself. All right. So what this is going to do for me, it's going to generate my product name and add that in there, and then whatever's in my product description. So it'll add that as well. So then I need to grab the unit price here. So that is actually in CRM called price per unit. Okay. And then my line item total. All right. So that would be my extended amount. Okay. So now one of the best things and features about DocumentsCorePack is I'm pretty much done with this table here with adding that. The nice part about it is that basically what this is going to do is when I merge this document, it's going to go in, it's going to take a look here at these quoted products. In here, it doesn't matter if it's 5, 10, 15, 20. Basically, once I merge it, DocumentsCorePack is going to kind of go in and say, okay, let's see, how many products do I have? I'm going to create that many rows, and then for each individual one, I'm going to fill in what the quantity is, the product name, the description, the price per unit, and extended amount in each individual row. So it builds that all out for you. Last but not least, the thing that I want to add here down to the bottom is, let's add the total amount. Total amount here, and that's just found here on my first tab. So it's the total amount for the quote here. So I just grab here my total amount and add that in. All right, so a little bit of spacing here, make it all nice. So I've added my table. Again, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Let's see, now since I've added that into my table here, I can go ahead and get rid of this piece right here. Now I want to go ahead and add my the other fields that I need to add here. So this is going to be for the quote total amount. So I've already added that. My total amount here. Go ahead and get rid of this highlighting. Let's see here. Now for the monthly amount, it's one of those things that you don't have access to from CRM. Naturally, you could add a field. It could be a calculated field, so you can do calculations inside of CRM. But one of the things is about CRM is you don't want to add more fields than than are necessary. So one of the features of DocumentsCorePack that's a really, really good one is right down here. is this computed items, and I can insert a calculated field. And that's what I'm going to do here. So basically, I'm going to let on the creation basically of the quote here, it's going to calculate this 12 monthly payments for me. And how I get those 12 monthly payments, just how much they are per month. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that total amount, okay, and then I'll just divide that by 12. All right. So, and then I'm just going to give it a placeholder placeholder settlement. Monthly amount, okay, and here I'm basically I'll just choose my my formatting here. So let's see, let me get this. It's going to be in euros. There we go. So I've got my formatting for that. So this is how my number is basically going to look here when it comes out. So I'll say OK. And there we go. It adds that field basically. When I click on it, one of the nice things is I can see here exactly what this calculated field is doing. It's taking the total amount, it's dividing it by 12. The other thing we've got in here is a little clause basically saying that if you're going to do the monthly installments, it's a one-time fee of 20 euros. It's due with your first payment. So it's going to bring your the total to the total quoted amount plus 20. Again, it's just a simple calculated field. Again, so just insert a computed item, calculated field. Grab my total amount. All right. And then just add 20 to it. All right. So we'll call this total amount plus 20. I think I can call it that. And then just let it know what my format is again. So there we go. There's my format. Say OK. And there we go. So I add that field there. Again, it's total amount plus 20. Last but not least, I want to go ahead and thank these people for their business and just add my name here. So let me grab here my owning user and just add the full name. Oops. Okay, and just let's see, let's do a little bit of shaping this up here. Get rid of this highlighting. If I've got that out, go ahead and get rid of this piece here. Format everything up. Okay, and then I want to save this. Now, now that I've got basically all my fields already put in there, I kind of want to test this to make sure that everything's right before I kind of save it back up to CRM, and then before I kind of want to do probably a little formatting to it to make it look a little bit nicer. But I kind of want to see what it looks like. So basically, the easiest way to do that is you can do it straight out of Word here. And so basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose hit this Choose CRM Data button. And then this basically I can look for a quote here. So the quote, my test quote, let me make sure I'm still on my test quote. Yeah, good. Let's see, it's called, I think I just do search for bikes. It brings that, that record up that I'm testing against. And I can go ahead and select it. And then DocumentsCorePack is going to merge that document. So I can see here that I've got a couple little issues that I have to take care of. My address field for I probably selected the incorrect fields here for this person. But I've got everything in there. I need to look and check out the fax number, kind of maybe format up my table a little bit, change this quantity here so it's actually readable, maybe make everything look a little bit better, move this over. But I've got a pretty good start to my template here. So I've got a couple little small errors to correct. So what I can do is I'll just go ahead and close this out and save this. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look at this. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and check this really fast. See, it's the potential customer. Probably what I want to grab here is not the potential customer, the customer's address, but the address of the actual the address of the actual account here. So really easy to do. I just come back in here, click inside these fields, and I'll just go ahead and start removing them. Click and remove, click and remove. Simple to do. Real simple to do. And go ahead and insert my mail merge fields. These are the kind of things you're going to end up running into when you're creating these templates. Sometimes you grab a field that's incorrect, so you need to kind of come back and change these things around. So here, let's see, it's the potential customer account, and let me grab the street addresses here. So I got the street address there. Oops. And then the street address for this one, and street address 3 here. And then I want the city and state. And then I would like to get the zip code here. So grab that zip code. There we go. Again, just really quickly, I need to format these to make sure that they don't show. So it's field properties, and delete the lines if they're empty. Okay, and delete the line field properties. Delete the lines if they're empty. Last thing that I need to check here was the fax number here. So let me just take a quick look here at this particular record. You see we don't have a fax number for them. So I don't want the fax number to show, if there's not one there. I don't want to have any empty space. So what I'm going to need to do here is, like, if I click on this, the primary fax, and I try the field properties, again, I can delete the line or row if these are empty. So, but the main problem is if I do that, I'm going to have, this word fax there is still going to be empty. So that's really not going to help me here. So what I need to do here is to do something called an if condition. It's basically an if condition. So basically what I want to do here is check to see if there's a fax number. If there is a fax number, I want to print the word fax and then the number. If there's not one, I want to print a blank line. So real quick tip on this. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to remove this. And I'm going to cut this piece right here. Real quick tip right here, if I started the if condition here, basically what would happen is once I merge this document and the if condition, if it comes back that it's not true and prints a blank, I'm still going to have a blank space here. So what I need to do is, instead of starting the if condition on a new line, I need to start it on the line before that. So let me just kind of open this up a little bit to kind of show you how this is done. Okay. So to start an if condition, to put in an if condition, basically you start here by hitting Control and F9, okay? And then you start it by if. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in our condition. So it's quotes. So what we're looking for is if the potential customer account, if the fax number, let's see here, if the fax number, insert that, okay, does not equal, and then 2 quotes. This means if it doesn't equal blank, then what I wanted to do is I wanted to put in the message fax, okay? But here's the thing, is that if I did this here, if I just typed in fax and put in the fax number here, okay, if I did just this, basically what it would do is it would basically, I get the telephone number, and then immediately after it would say fax and then give the fax number. So what I want to do here is go ahead and act as if I'm putting in a carriage return. So I put the carriage return in. So basically what that's going to do is, if it equals true, it's going to skip a line and then put the fax number. Okay. If this is false, then I want it to put a blank, so empty. I want to return empty. What that's going to do for me is it's going to actually then, if it's if it's blank, it's going to butt the email address right up to the telephone number. So this is a real handy method here if you're doing this and you're you know, you want to add static text in with fields and things like that, and you don't want it to appear if, say for example, if they don't have a fax number, you don't want this to appear. Then if you use this method here, you can actually put those things in there. So there we go. That's that. Let's see. So I want to format this up a little tad bit. Let's see. Now the quantity, if I remember correctly, that was coming across as 1.00. So again, as this is a number, I also have field properties here for it. I can choose the formatting for it. The formatting right now, I believe, is this one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, comma, or dot 8, 9. I want to get rid of that placeholder so I can actually put in the formatting here. So I'm not going to get that. I'm just going to get that it's just a, you know, it's like 1, 2, 3, etc. And then I'll say OK for that. And then go ahead and save that. And I want to test this against that record again. So, and here we go. Let's see what comes out now. There we go. Looks a lot better here. So I've got my my address information here. That's all in there. You can see here the fax number. There is no fax number present. If we hit Alt F9, we can see here our condition. It worked out good. The condition equaled false, so it gave us here the blank line. So it actually didn't insert another line there. And then it gave us, you know, the email address. Oh, my quantity still has a little bit of an issue here. So we'll take a look at that in just a moment while we're formatting this stuff up. Okay. And I need to format this table a little bit. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of formatting and a little bit of fixing here. Let's see. Great. So here we go. So one of the nice things is that if you're in Microsoft Word here, you have all the abilities here in Microsoft Word to format things. So for example, here I want this to stand out a little bit more, so I'm going to make this a you know, the font size 14, and I'm going to make it bold. Let's see here, and then let's see. Let's design this table here. Let's make the table look a little bit better here. So just use this standard table. This total amount here, I'm going to shift it to the other side so that it lines up here with this extended amount. Shift that over. And then here on this particular table, you know, I just kind of want to kind of have this kind of floating out in space. So what I can do here is click on Design, click on my borders, and let's see here. I think I need to select the entire table. So select the entire table, borders, and no borders. There we go. That'll format that up a little bit nicer. All right. So I have that. I need to work on my quantity here. Let's see here what happened. Properties. Let me just do another nice thing about this is if you already know the content controls, you can actually just put them in there. You know, if you know your switches and everything like that, you can put them in there. I'll put a little hash for the picture switch, and that should probably cover it. So I'll save it, choose my CRM data, again, bikes, computer, equipment. So there we go. We've got this, looks really nice. It's a little bit big. You know, the table's a little large. We'll do not save that. Let's format the table out a little bit. So this quantity here, we can actually format our table. Unit price can go over a little bit here. And our total, of course, can line up just like so. So we can give the description here a little bit larger, a little bit more spacing here. All right. So yeah, I'm not sure why my quantity is not working. That's something that I'm definitely going to have to look into, but we're running short on time. I've kind of gone over, so it wasn't in 25 minutes. But here, basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save my template. I'm going to save it up into CRM. I will, you know, to save it to CRM, it's pretty simple. You're just going to hit the Save Template button. and then this pulls up a list of all the quote templates that are available here in CRM. So I'm going to call this one webinar here. All right, so I'll save that. Okay, so now it's saved up to CRM. I can actually go up in here into CRM, and I can run a quick test here on my on this. So just give it a second while we're waiting for CRM. I want to close a few of these windows here. So here, once I go, this is basically what the user would see. I'd hit the Create Document button. Then I pick my quote that we just created. I hit Next. Select my file type. I just want to go ahead and generate a PDF here, but I do have the ability to set this up as an email attachment, do the things I normally would do. Here I just want to create a PDF, so I'll hit Next here. Have it create server-side the document. It takes just a minute to generate. So now I can open that up, or I could have just previewed it, but I'd rather just open it up in this. So there we go. So I've got my quote. It looks nice. Looks professional. Naturally, you probably would need to do a couple other things. Like for example, here, a few other things that I would probably do to this would be to insert, like say for example, here a page break or something along those lines if necessary. But that's pretty much it. That's how you kind of that's the process that I use, and the process that I teach people to use when creating these quotes. So again, I'm sorry this ran a little bit long, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it up, see if there's any questions or anything like that that still need to be answered. And let's see here. I want to definitely thank everybody for joining this. You can find us on the web naturally at www.mscrm-addons.com. You can check out our help center there. You can go to the website, and there is an actual support tab. You can click on that. That'll get us to your support page, our support page. Also, don't forget, we've got a pretty awesome blog. A lot of these tricks, such as if statements or things of that nature, if you go to the blog and you type in a search for like if else, you'll find that article on there. It's super helpful. Again, here are the contact numbers. Another thing that I want to add is this webinar is being recorded. Also, we'll send that out to you, a link where you can go get it after this is all done. Also, we'll send you a link to these slides as well. So I want to thank everybody for joining, and I'm going to go ahead and see if there's any questions to answer real quick. So, all right.